Hey Virgo, welcome back to Peace and Carmen. I'm Carmen and welcome to your March tarot reading. If you're new here, welcome. I do monthly readings. I also do personal readings, so if you're looking for that, check the description box below for my information. You can also find my new TikTok link on there. I just got on the TikTok train. So if you're looking for tarot all month long instead of just for, either your zodiac sign a month, check me out over there, okay? All right, Virgo. So at this time, I welcome any ancestors, any guardian angels, any guiding spirits into the room of the viewers. After you have given me your message, I respectfully ask you to leave. All right, Virgo. So, let's hop into your March reading. If this reading doesn't resonate for you, I recommend checking out some of your other signs. If it does resonate for you, I recommend subscribing. All right, Virgo. This Ace of Swords card is the most Virgo card there could possibly be, so that's kind of funny. All right, well, I think they want me to talk about this for a second. So we have the Chariot, and we have the Ace of Swords. So, some of us have been in our heads lately, okay? We have been going through every possible scenario, every possible what if. We are really trying to plan. We're trying to plan things that maybe some of them can't be planned, okay? At least we are trying to make sure all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, and everything that you can do, you do. But I don't think that we're letting go after we dot the I's and cross the T's. I think that there is probably still a lot of information still swarming around in that brain. Okay. We have the Two of Wands. I hope you can see these cards, guys. I have the Hermit in reverse. So, Virgo, your card in reverse, showing up in your own reading. King of Pentacles. I feel your stress, Virgo. I think some of you are feeling very stressed. I think some of you might be feeling a little bit more anxious than normal. I think some of you are feeling very restless. I think some of you, this quarantine is starting to drive you a little up the wall. I was about to say drive you crazy, but I'm not going to say that because I think that might trigger some of you. Because I think the way that you are feeling right now is a little bit more out of your element than normal. Not saying that you're going crazy, Virgo. Not saying that. But I think that that might be something that I know from personal experience that when you do struggle from anxiety, that might be something that might be a little bit triggering, because at times you do feel like you might be losing your mind. And I do think that some of you might be feeling that way. You're not losing your mind, Virgo, okay? There's a lot of situations that have been happening. There's a lot of things that it seems very contradicting how fast some things go and how slow others go. It seems like there is a lot of movement that is going on for you. A lot of fast movement. But it also seems like there are factors in your life and in the world that are going extremely slow. And they are not matching up. These paces aren't matching up. And I think that that's probably where some of this anxiety is probably stemming from. We have definitely different paces. And when I was doing your pre-shuffle, there it is again. I was just going to say, when I was doing your pre-shuffle, the Eight of Wands in reverse came out. And here it is again. Our paces are just, we want things to go faster. Our life is going faster. And everything else is just not doing it. Everything else is not matching your energy. For some of you, you might be starting a new business, you might be starting a new endeavor, or working extremely hard on your craft, your business, your thing, okay? And I think it's going very well. I think that you're doing really well. I think that there might be a little bit of extra motivation necessary to get those things done that you are grabbing onto, no problem. I think that you're getting everything done, Virgo. It's not even a question for you. You're getting things done. I think for love life, your lover might be waiting for you to finish up so they can get some attention that they want if you are in a relationship. If you are not in a relationship right now, if you are single Virgo, if you're a single Virgo, it seems like love is just really not what you are, that doesn't seem like what you're focusing on. It might be something that, you know, comes up every now and again. It might be something that you might struggle with, thinking that, you know, why don't I have somebody during this time? Maybe there are spouts of loneliness. But I also feel like, Virgo, you're fully aware that right now might not be the time for you to be in a relationship. For some of you, that you might just be too busy. You might not be able to handle another stressor, another amount of, you know, intensity, another distraction. Because it does seem like you're very focused on some of these other things. But it's not to say that you don't want that. I think everybody wants that person around. And you do too. You're not exempt from that. You still want love. But I do think that you question is if you are able of handling that situation. I think that there is a lot of looking at other people's lives, looking at other people's relationships, and being very, you know, envious of that. Very just longing to have that same love. But for those of you who are in that relationship, I think that that person is probably I mean, not that they're not on your radar. You're in this relationship, you love them dearly, but also I think that your mind is very everywhere else. I think there's just going through so many other different things that are happening in your life that the person that you're with is probably kind of just waiting for you. Just waiting for you to finish up so that they can give you their love and you can give them some attention. So, here we go. I needed this last card. I've been waiting for this one to come out. I needed that one, sorry. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. All right. So at this time, what is necessary of you is to trust that everything is going to turn out exactly the way that it's supposed to, exactly the way that it should. And for you, Virgo, that might be a little bit different than what you typically want to do. You want to make sure that everything's going to be good. It's not trusting, it's making sure that you're prepared in order to ensure that everything is going to go good. Right now, because some of these things are not things that you could prepare for, it does call for trust. It might call for a little bit of manifestation. You hold a lot of power within you, Virgo. A lot of power. So, when there are situations where you feel like no matter how much you prepare, it's not going to affect the outcome, it's really just destiny. And those times, call on your strength, call on your intuition, call on your actual divine power that you do hold. a lot of Virgo. You're a very powerful person. Call on that and allow that to help you manifest some of this information, some of this progression, some of this movement that you are wanting to get from the world, wanting to get from the universe. Because your pace is go, their pace is not. So maybe call on some more divine little skills of yours to get that to match your pace. And I think that will start balancing you out a little bit. Because you also don't want to slow down. And it's understandable. You have a lot you want to get done. You have a lot you want to do. You have a lot of things that you're focusing on, that you're planning on. So I get why you don't want to slow down. But I think it's also important to create some grounding in these situations, because if we're so much in our head, Virgo, it's not beneficial to anybody. Okay? It's not beneficial to your love. It's not beneficial to your family. It's not beneficial to you. The stress and anxiety that you've been having can be reduced by some grounding techniques. So doing some meditation, doing some journaling, doing some yoga, just slowing down the mind. Anything that you can do to start slowing down the mind is going to help you a lot, okay? Especially during this time where the universe hasn't caught up to you yet. After you, after you've grounded yourself, ask things to pick up. Ask the universe for what you want, because you have very strong manifestation powers right now, okay? After you do that, it'll be much easier for you to let go and just allow the world to give you what you deserve. Otherwise, we might be holding on a little too tight, trying to force it to happen, and it's something that can't be forced. So it's inevitably going to cause some negative effects in our body. I'm going to go over to a new deck here. I do feel like this Five of Cups has some more information for me. I think this is a new situation for you, Virgo, for you to have to sit back and not have much control over, everything that's happening, and then you wanting these things so badly. And typically you're able to obtain what you want because you just go for it. You have the capacity, you have the drive, you go for it, you get it, okay? So this is a little different for you. It's a different situation for you to be in, with the fact that of something that you can't control. There's nothing that you can do to get this thing to happen. And I think that process, although challenging for you, I think will be a healing thing for you. I think that this is something that will make you into a better Virgo. This is going to be making you into a better you, okay? There's going to be a lot of letting go and allowing things to flow as they naturally do, as they naturally should. And when you do that, you will get the reward from it. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse. I move these up a little bit. So, if you are in a relationship right now, or you are single, this little, this less love-focused, dynamic that's going on might be the cause of a little bit of being guarded. being scared to handle anymore, being scared of, I almost feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Virgo, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do feel like there might be a little bit of a fear for you that you might not be able to handle your emotions in a new relationship or in this relationship, and that's why you're not wanting to put your focus on it. You're scared of that you might end up hurting somebody else. So it's not necessarily, because I do feel like you do want love. I do feel like that, but I also feel like you are scared that if you love somebody, that with everything else that you have going on in your head, this is a lot going on in your head, that you're going to end up hurting them. Now your emotions will just be too intense, and somehow you'll end up losing the person that you love because of it. So we'll stay protected. We'll keep them at a distance to make sure that we don't become too intense. Queen of Wands in reverse. And this is all based on our thoughts here. Not actual, this is not facts. This is not something that will, for sure happen. This is just fears that are happening in your head. We got the Star in reverse. Are we allowing our fear to keep us from what we want? Because there might be somebody who, that if you're single or in this relationship, you have these people waiting on you, okay? You have that lover waiting for you. They might be giving you offers, but there's a lot of pushing them away. There's a lot of not letting them get too close. And I do think it's out of fear for their pain. Fear that you might put them through pain. Excuse me, Virgo, while I grab these cards. Three of Swords in reverse. Exactly, okay. And the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Virgo. We would rather suffer by ourselves than to allow ourselves to be happy, but risk the pain of somebody else. Risk hurting somebody else. We're willing to not give ourselves everything that we've wanted out of fear for their pain. I think you're worried about being hurt yourself, but I don't think that is the reason why. I think that if you were scared of being hurt, you'd still go for it. I think that the reason why you're not going for it is because you're scared you're going to hurt them. And that is enough to keep you bound, to keep you away. Virgo. Virgo, heavy. Heavy. Here we go. Do the work, Virgo. All right? Do the work. Do your meditations. Do some grounding. You'll see that, one, you are worth it. You're worth the effort and you're worth the risk. A day with you is worth the risk, okay? You'll see how much that you do provide for other people. And maybe this person won't be your forever person, but the experience that you'll give them and the experience that they'll give you is beneficial. I don't think that this, especially with how rapidly your mind is going, this is not the time to sit by and be idle and just wait for the universe to catch up. It's not the time. This is the time. Do your manifestation, do your grounding, do your meditations, do your journaling. It's time to heal. It's time to let go. Inner child healing. Okay. I love when they do that. I love when they come out right when I'm talking about it. I think that you'll see that perhaps this fear was learned. Maybe you've seen this from your parents. Maybe you've seen this just, you know, growing up at some point in time. This was a learned behavior. That this fear and this repression from it was something that, oops, sorry about that car, was not something that is innate within you. It is something that you picked up. Okay? So after this work, we heal that part. And we're able to progress. We're able to allow ourselves to trust in divine timing. Intuitions and downloads. And you'll see that. You'll see how quickly these messages and signs will be given to you once you put in that effort. You put in effort in everything, Virgo. But when it comes to putting in some self-work into the healing, into, you know, diving a little bit deeper beyond what is comfortable, that might be something you might have shied away from before. Maybe we distract ourselves from that work by putting all of our work into these other areas. Just a thought. So, when we do start to do that grounding, we start to do that self-work, we start to heal, there's going to be a knowing. An intrinsic knowing that is given to you by those spirits that are closest to you. Given by the divine to you. Letting you know that it's going to be okay. Letting you know that this person is a person to pursue, or this person isn't a person to pursue. They'll let you know your next steps, so there won't be any worry. There won't be any fear. There'll be faith. Okay? That might be the name of this video. We'll see. Faith replacing fear. Alright, Virgo, I hope this reading resonated for you. If it did, comment down below, like the video, subscribe. All of those are acts of support for me, and it helps grow the channel, and I appreciate that. It's a new channel, I put in a lot of work, and so I can't even begin to explain how much I appreciate just those little acts. Okay? So do all the things. Click the notification bell if you'd like to get notified when I do post, because I don't have a specific schedule yet. So I kind of just work with my school schedule, my work schedule, this, and every other thing I have to do in my life. So, so that's what I'm doing now. So click that notification bell so you can get notified, okay? Alright, Virgo, I think that's all I have for you. Follow that TikTok if you want more tarot throughout the month, okay? I will see you next month. Bye.